Welcome to Hat Tour number 2, Penn State edition. If you didn't catch the first hat tour, go check it out. Honestly, more than a hat tour, kind of an unhinged get to know Caroline session. So if that's something you have interest in learning about, I highly recommend you go check that one out. I know I have a lot of Penn State fans following me on here, and I get a lot of questions about where I've got my Penn State hats. I've collected them over several years, so I can't promise that if you go online, you'll be able to find each and every one of these. Some of them I know for a fact you won't find, unfortunately, but you can see some of the stuff that these different brands have to offer, and go check them out anyways, because some of them are always coming out with really cool new stuff. So I'll get it out of the way now. This We Are hat, I get questions about every single time I wear it. People are obsessed with it, and I get why. It's just simple but perfect. I got this from a company called Kiwi Clo that does a lot of partnerships with players. A couple years ago, they did them with Drew Aller. See, they've got the little bird there with the football and the 15 jersey on. But unfortunately, these are exclusive limited drops. That is not available anymore. They did also recently do one with Nick Singleton. So maybe in the future they'll do something with another Penn State player. So be on the lookout for that. 2 days ago, I also did a haul of the Penn State merch I got over Christmas. So if you haven't seen that, go check that one out. A lot of cool stuff. But I mentioned in that the 47 brand is one of my favorite sports apparel brands. It's like real premium merch. I feel like I'm getting an email from them every other day with a new hat collection or new partnership that they're dropping. They're constantly churning through the new stuff. 4 hats here from them. 2 I mentioned in the video the other day. Welcome to Happy Valley and the Script PSU. Also got them from Dick's. So check Dick's, check 47. This one's older, like the tan action with the block S. And who doesn't love a good camo moment? Next is my one hat from Home Field. Home Field is the coolest. They're just like a fun brand to follow on social media. They specialize in vintage apparel, and it's just some of the best stuff you'll find. Bit of a higher price point, but it's very quality stuff that you're getting. I've worked with them a few times, done a little bit of Twitter marketing for them. Super cool. I can confirm that this hat and a couple of other truckers are currently available on their website. So depending on how long you have been following the Sup Caroline Twitter brand, you may or may not know that from about 2018 to 2022, if you caught me at a Penn State game, I was wearing a snapback backwards. That was my look. And you know what? It worked really well. Not just anyone could pull it off in the way that I was consistently doing it, you know? I think I'm more of a forward these days. I kind of phased out of that, but you know, every now and then I might surprise you. But this one is from New Era. Wouldn't be a Penn State hat tour video without a little pour one out for LTFI. I still have this, don't know if it's gonna get worn again. I think we've parted ways with LTFI over the last 3 months or so. We didn't even do it. Kind of gives me PTSD, but I might just keep it for the memories. We do need to make some hats that say LYNH. If you know, you know. This is a Happy Valley United special. If you haven't checked out their site recently, there is some new Matt Campbell merch, so go ahead and get yourself some of that. Speaking of Matt Campbell, I have a soup hat. Nice corduroy dad hat. I got it from Etsy, from a shop that goes by the name of Honey Studio Co. I don't love bending the brims of my hats, which I know is like a thing for Matt Campbell, so I decided since this one's got his name on it, I'll go ahead and comply with the bending. I don't know, I feel like I bent this too much and it looks kind of crazy. Or is that the way I'm supposed to be doing it? No, that looks weird. I gotta fix that. Another one from Etsy. This one has been worn to many a game. It was my staple hat before I got this one. Got it from Etsy, shop called I Love Me A Lot, which real. Gotten a lot of questions about it over the years. Fortunately, it does not appear that they sell this anymore, but in general, I do recommend Etsy for team merch. Obviously nothing on there is gonna be licensed stuff, but it almost makes it cooler because it forces them to get a little more creative. So check out Etsy. These 2 are pretty simple, from a company called Top of the World Headwear. This one actually is a fitted. It's kind of stretchy. I have kind of a big head. I don't like when I feel like it's being choked, but that's actually pretty comfortable. Check that out, Top of the World hats. And this is my very first Penn State hat. Well, it's not the very first Penn State hat I've ever purchased, but first one I purchased as a student in 2016, so it's old and faded, but I could never get rid of this one. It saw a lot of good times in 2016, which apparently we're going back to. Last but not least, I don't drink anymore. However, back in the day, I was a big tequila gal. It's just a cool logo. It's a good hat. I'll still wear it. Even though I don't drink it, I will still wear it. And that concludes hat tour number 2, Penn State edition. Let me know if you have any questions about what you saw, and stick around. I will probably make a third with all my other random hats.